move to certain products from excess tax or to zero rating, from tax exempt to zero rating, is a good move, Honorable Chair, because it makes the commodities more cheaper than they are. And I think this is the way to go, and more so when we target the hustlers. But Madam Chair, it only becomes tricky when you do the same, but for commodities and goods that target the rich. So for me, so long as the goods be targeted for the ones which are mostly used by the people at the low section of the pyramid, I do support. Thank you.
Order members. Order members. I will give Dr. Mutunga 2 minutes maximum.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. From duty exemption to zero rating, Honorable Chair, makes things cheaper. It also creates the possibility for us to diversify. And this introduction of electric vehicles and electric motorbikes gives us an opportunity to move away from the fossil fuel, which has been running the motorbikes as we have right now. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, I believe this is the best way to go, and Kenya is diversifying and growing the rest of the world. So it's a response in the right direction. So it is really important for us to consider it in that manner. Thank you.
Honorable Mbadi, 1 minute, then I'll give the chair and put the question.
Chair, I want to agree that this zero rating is good, and that is what we were talking about, because we are removing the commodities from zero rating. But Madam Chair, allow me to ask the chair of the committee, because he has sanitized and brought back all the commodities that were being removed from zero rating to exempt, except, and a very important one he has left out, that is maize flour or corn flour, cassava flour, wheat. So I would want to know what is the rationale of leaving this out of many, many others that we complained about. It's only that one, and that one is very critical. So could I get to hear, Madam Chair, with your permission, could the chair of the committee explain to us why he left out the maize flour, cassava flour, and wheat flour?
Honorable Chair, 1 minute. Summarize and I'll put the question.
I will be very brief. Thank you very much, CP Bandi, for that question. The issue of maize flour. If you check the VAT Act, it appears on the first schedule as exempt. That is, you check on page 35-108. It appears again on the second schedule for zero rate, in fact, another 2 times. Clause 20 and again 22. So what you've done is deleting where it is appearing as exempt, and where it is appearing twice on clause both 20 and 22, deleting 22, so that you only have one clause that puts now supply of maize flour, cassava flour, and wheat flour as zero rated. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now put the question that clause 34 as amended by, I now put the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Luoch had an amendment because the committee's amendment is dropped. Honorable Kaluma had an amendment, but he's not in the House, so it is dropped. I now put the global question that clause 34, as amended by the Chair Finance Committee, be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses. New clause 29A.
Chair, mover to move the amendment, to move the new clause, second reading.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair. I beg to move that we introduce a new clause 29A as per the order paper. So okay, Let me try again. Honorable Chair, I beg to move that we introduce a new clause 29A as per the order paper.
I propose the question that the new clause 29A be now read a second time.
Madam Speaker, I have a point of order and I need to be reset.
I put the question that the new clause 29A be now read a second time, as proposed by the Chair Finance Committee. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 29A be part of the bill. I will give 2 people. Is that the mood of the House? I put the question that the new clause 29A be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 30A.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I move that a new clause 30A be introduced to the bill as per the order paper. And just a quick explanation that this amendment is to deal with the challenges of bad debts
Mover.
and VAT refunds.
Mover, you need to move that the clause be read a second time.
Okay. Honorable Chair, I move that new clause 30A be read a second time as per on the order paper. And just a brief explanation, we have a tax that we cannot collect around 390 billion. Some of them are bad debts and VAT on funds, and this particular clause is supposed to do a cleanup and make sure that those bad debts are not collectible, because those companies have gone into statutory management, actually written off. Thank you.
I propose the question that the new clause 30A be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 30A be now read a second time. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 30A be part of the bill. I put the question that new clause 30A be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Tax Appeals Tribunal Act, clause 35.
I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I move that clause 36 be deleted as per the order paper. And Honorable Chair, this was one of the very much debated cases from public participation. This was where there was a requirement for members to deposit, for taxpayers to deposit 20%. So this has been deleted by the committee. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
Order members, I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the Chair Finance Committee. I now put the question. Order members. Order members. Order members, I know there are some members who had proposed amendments, but we cannot all speak to this matter. Honorable Oluoch, Honorable Makali, Honorable Oundo, Honorable Kaluma, Honorable Mbui, and Honorable Didmas. So I will give Honorable Oluoch and Honorable Didmas, and then I will put the question.
Madam Chair, I actually want to thank the Chair of Finance and support the clause be deleted. This clause, if it would have remained the way it is, it would have been punitive. Madam Chair, this would go against rules of natural justice, where all that KRA would need to do is to claim a certain amount of tax, which would be arbitrary. And one of the rules of natural justice is to prevent public authority or agency from arbitrariness. So, Madam Chair, I rise to support this proposed amendment by the committee chair and say that we are now, so I can see the chair is nodding in agreement, and allow us to contribute.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Didmas?
Madam Chair, I just want to support the position by the Chair, Finance, and I want to congratulate him and ask honorable members, those who may have other amendments also on other areas, to read the mood of the House and even drop them. So I support these amendments by the honorable Chair.
Honorable Oundo, 1 minute.
Honestly speaking, even whoever drafted this amendment must be somebody who does not live in this country. It offends Article 48 of the Constitution of Kenya, and that's why, among others, we had proposed that amendment, and it's good the committee has carried the amendment. At least for once, I can thank them for a good job well done. Thank you.
Honorable Makali, 1 minute. Those who had amendments.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I also want to join my colleagues in thanking the Chair of Finance and Planning Committee for listening to the voice of reason. He listened to the voice of reason, Honorable Chair. It is important that this thing is deleted, and that's why I was proposing we delete it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I see the members who had amendments have gotten a chance to speak, so I will now put the question that clause 36 be deleted as proposed by the Chair Finance Committee. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question, and this one. It's been deleted, yes. All right.
The Excise Duty Act, clauses 37, 38, and 39.
I propose the question that clauses 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I propose that clause 40 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, this is where there was proposed punishment and fines for when you deal with excise stamps. So what you've done, we've cleaned it up to only allow that those offenses relating to accessible stamps, that only those that will attract criminal liability is when those people actually have a criminal mind. Something my legal friends told me, it's called mens rea. So that in the normal dealing of excise stamps, if you just destroy it unknowingly without having a criminal mind, then you're not going to get any offenses. With that, I thank you, Honorable Chair.
I propose the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the Chair Finance Committee. I now put the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the Chair Finance Committee. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 40 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 41 and 42.
I propose the question that clauses 41 and 42 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 41 and 42 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 43.
I propose the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable. We are on clause 43, right? Honorable Chair, Clause 43 has an array of amendments. So, first of all, I move that Clause 43 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chairperson, this is dealing with the excise. These are amendments into the Excise Duty Act, where we are proposing a number of things. For example, imposition of excise duty on imported pasta, and deleting the proposed imposition of excise duty on locally manufactured sugar confectionaries. We are also proposing a deletion of excise duty that is charged on electric motorcycles and electric motor vehicles. Again, this is in line with what we're going about going green. This is also proposing to increase excise duty on imported glass bottles from 25% to 35%. This is to protect the local manufacturing of plastic bottles. We're proposing an increase in imported duty of alkyd from 10% to 20%. We are proposing an increase in excise duty on unsaturated polyester from 10 to 20, on emulsion VAM from 10 to 20. Again, all those things are related to paint. So what we're doing, we are incentivizing where we were able to establish that we have capacity to produce and to manufacture our own goods. Then we incentivize our local manufacturers by making importation of what is made locally more expensive. And again, the same amendment has a proposed excise duty of 10% on imported fish. So this is to make sure that we actually get to harness the economy. We have also exempted locally manufactured sugar. We have also deleted the clause that was introducing excess duty on human hair. Because, Honorable Chair, although and this was one of the beautiful stories we got from public participation, because we have had many, especially women, who have suffered from cancer. And you know what cancer does when you go for that chemotherapy, they lose their hair. So you might find them wearing a wig and thinking they're wearing a wig because it's a luxury, but it's actually because of medical conditions. So we have removed that excess duty on human hair. And of course, lastly, Honorable Chair, this is also the excess duty that was proposed on gaming at 20%. We have proposed a reduction of that from 20% to 12.5%. With that, I beg to move, Honorable Chair.
Members, I note that this clause has so many amendments, but as directed, once we carry the chair's amendment, there will be consequences to it. So I then propose the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the chair. Like I said, I recognize that this clause has a number of amendments. And I have directed that if the chair's amendments go through, then there are a number of amendments, for example, the ones by the Honorable Luoj, the Honorable Kelo, the Honorable Didymus, which is being dropped, will then fall in limine. But I'll allow you a minute each on those who are amendments on this, a minute each, then we dispense. The Honorable Luoj, 1 minute each.
Thank you, Chair. And again, on this one, I want to thank the Chair of Finance for moving this amendment. This particular levy or duty would have affected young people, especially hustlers, people in our informal settlements who hack a living out of beauty and the industry, for example, people who own salons. And therefore, this is a big plus for the people of Kenya, for bipartisanship, and the people who came during public participation and demanded that they be not taxed for people at the bracket that this government said they would support. Therefore, I thank the chair and I support.
Okay. Honorable Kelo, 1 minute.
Chair, whereas I acknowledge that the import of this amendment, as proposed by the chair, was to curtail issues of importation of fish into the country, Honorable Chair, the statistics that we have indicates that the consumption of fish in this country is at 400 metric tons in a year, whereas we can only produce locally 163 metric tons, thereby leaving a huge gap that can only be covered by way of importation of fish, Honorable Speaker. It is true that those who also import fish into the country pay taxes amounting to 1.5 billion every year, and they also have employees that they have engaged to undertake various activities within those industries, Honorable Speaker. And again, Honorable Speaker, we have never had a glut of fish by saying that we have more into the country that will expose us to lots of problems, Honorable Speaker. We have scarcity in the country because even the importation of fish into the country is just...
Thank you. The Honorable Batandi, if he's in the house. The Honorable Mbui. The Honorable Mbui. The Honorable Didmas Baraza.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I had proposed actually amendments to increase the duty on human hair by 10%, and in the same breath that the Chair has explained as the reason why we should actually zero rate these products so that our very many men, young ladies and women can continue to use them and also do their business. I wish to drop these amendments that I don't wish to further proceed with them. I'm dropping them, and I support the position taken by the Chair, Finance. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mwenje, 1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I want to also thank the committee for, especially on the excise duty on gaming tax, which was at 20%, I think has been reduced to 12.5%. We had hoped for more, but Honorable Chair, it's important that we protect the betting industry to ensure it doesn't go to the black market, and that way we'll start even losing more money that should be going to our government. So we want to thank the Chair, and for that I support.
Thank you. Honorable Mbadi, 1 minute, please. And this is the last one on this.
I actually just wanted to talk on the imported fish. Mr. Chair, even though this amendment is making it better than what was in the original bill, it is 10% as opposed to 20 and 100,000. But, Mr. Chair, I would have loved, I wish we could have an amendment where we remove this duty completely.
Okay.
We want to eat fish. As people who eat fish, we lack, the fish in this country is very expensive. The problem we have of fishermen is not the market where we take our fish. The market is there. There is no fish in this country. As we give capacity to local fishermen or local farming of fish, we should still allow fish to be brought to the country cheaply. You are going to kill our people. Our people love fish. We need to eat fish.
Thank you. So, okay, the Honorable Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, you know there is also a misnomer that it's only those along the coastline and around the lakes that have fish. But Honorable Speaker, it is true, fish is expensive in this country. And so are all other meats, Honorable Speaker. But the solution is to encourage farming of fish. We need to encourage our own people to grow fish. And this levy is only speaking to that encouragement so that we dissuade people from importing fish from China. Today, Honorable Speaker, fish is expensive, but it is expensive fish that is being imported. We are getting salmon, I hear, from Sweden and Norway. Why can't we grow our own salmon from here? Tilapia and some other species, I can't remember the name, I'm told, that are coming from mackerel or something, that are coming from China, Honorable Speaker. We need to encourage even farmers in Kikuyu. I know farmers in Kikuyu in Ondire who are growing fish and selling in the market in Nairobi. The solution, Honorable Speaker, is not to say that we don't punish those who are importing by levying a levy on them. The solution is to encourage local production. That is how we'll save on our foreign exchange reserves.
Thank you. Just give him 1 minute.
The importation of fish, especially if you come from a fishing zone along the coastline, along Lake Victoria, you should be encouraging our fishermen to be able to grow more fish and encourage the Ministry of Fisheries, Honorable Speaker, to be able to train our farmers, our fishermen, on how to protect the stock we have around the lake. And I am really shocked that we could have...
No, the last person who will have the last bite on the fish is Honorable Junet.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, this 10% on fish is going to cause a lot of scarcity of fish, Mr. Chair. Chair, you don't start by creating scarcity. You start by developing it first, then you go to scarcity. For example, you know why we don't have enough fish in this country is because there is a deliberate application of policy by regimes, by governments since independence to put money where there is fish. And instead of putting money in Lake Victoria where there is fish or in the Indian Ocean, people are being told to put dams and small ponds in their homes which cannot produce any fish. If we put enough resources in the lake region, I can guarantee you, Mr. Chair, there will be a lot of fish in this country. So, Mr. Chair, and the other thing I'm happy about this amendment is that the level of desperation for taxation in this finance bill is too much. They were trying to tax even fake beards, nails. Who wants fake beards in Kenya? Who's interested? Who is this man in this parliament who was interested in fake beards, Chair?
Okay.
So the level of desperation...
Thank you, Honorable Junet. Thank you. I want to put the question. I think we've had enough debate on this. I want to put the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the chairperson of the Finance Committee. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Sunkuya had amendment on this too.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to beg to move for an amendment. As it appears in the order paper, my amendment is to seek provide for 10% excess duty on imported soap, detergents, and sulfonic acid. There has been an increase in importation of soap, detergent, and sulfonic acid in Kenya. Has sufficient local capacity to produce these products. The amendment therefore seeks to protect our local manufacturers and address cheap import on soap and related products. I beg to move.
43 amended as proposed by the Honorable Sunkuya. I put the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Sunkuya. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it. Chairman Buleko. Having cleared that the amendment by the chairman of the Local Committee went with the amendment given by the chairperson of Finance Committee, so it won't be pursued. Members are therefore proceed to put the question that clause 43 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The next clause.
New clauses. New clause 40A.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that a new clause be introduced and be read a second time as per the order paper. And Honorable Chair, this is where we are requiring that excise duty on alcoholic drinks be made as they pass from the stockroom. And this, Honorable Chair, is meant to get rid of the menace of the illicit brews that have exhibited in our markets by making sure that the only brews that are there in the market are those that are actually illicit. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
I propose that new clause 40A be part of the bill. Be now read a second time. I now put the question that new clause 40A be now read a second time. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as without opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Chair, I propose that the question that the new clause 40A be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 40A be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 43A.
Chair.
Honorable Chair, I move that new clause 43A be introduced, be read a second time as per the order paper. And Honorable Chair, this is where we are exempting from payment of excess duty manufacture of mobile phones manufactured in this particular country. One of the great, again, benefits we found from the public participation is that Kenya has the capacity to manufacture our own mobile phones. So we are zero rating all the raw materials and assembly parts that are going to be used for the manufacture of mobile phones, and now removing excess duty on the sale of those mobile phones. I mean, and we're hoping that by doing this, Kenya is going to be the first country in Africa to manufacture their own mobile phones, and they're going to be able to export this to the rest of Africa. And with that, I beg to move on, Honorable Chair.
I propose that the question that new clause 43A be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 43A be now read a second time. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinions say nay? I propose the question that the ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 43A be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 43A be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
The Tax Procedures Act, clauses 44, 45, and 46.
Move on. So how many which clauses are these? The question that clauses 44, 45, and 46 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 44, 45, 46 part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 47.
I propose the question that clause 47 is part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I move that clause 47 be amended as per the order paper. So what you're doing here, Honorable Chair, is when is exempting from what you call electronic tax invoices, tickets for air tickets. So what means when you book a flight today, you might book a flight today for December. And therefore, if we issue you with that tax receipt now, and then in December you decide to either change your flight or the fees changes, then it makes that administration of that particular tax impossible. So this is to exempt airline passenger ticketing from the requirement of issuance of electronic tax invoices.
I propose the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chairperson of the Finance Committee. I put the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chairman of the Finance Committee. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 47 as amended part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 48.
I propose a question that clause 48 part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 49.
I propose the question that clause 49 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I move that clause 49 be amended as per the order paper. And Honorable Chair, this is just a renumbering of those provisions, so it's just a cleanup.
I propose the question that the clause 49 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 49 be amended as amended part of the bill. Will as many as our that opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 50.
I propose the question that clause 50 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 50 be part of the bill. Will as many as our that opinion say aye? Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 51.
I propose the question that clause 51 part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 51 be amended as per the order paper. And Honorable Chair, this is where we are extending the amnesty for those people that perhaps you registered a company 5 years ago, you registered for VAT, you do not know whether you registered or not, and therefore you accumulate penalties and interest. So this particular amnesty, now, if you apply now to the Commissioner General, will be able to get amnesty for those particular penalties and interests that are may accumulated, as long as, again, you pay the principal amount. With that, I beg to move, Honorable Chair.
I propose a question that clause 51 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Nyikal.
Thank you, Chair. This amnesty that you're bringing, has it got a time limit, or is it something that now once we start it, it will continue? What is the time limit in it?